Welcome to Wellness Rebranded.
We know there is so much conflicting health and fitness advice out there.
And you're tired of the wellness fads, endless diets, and impossible standards that make you feel like nothing you do is ever enough.
You're ready to tune into your mind and body and feel empowered around health.
We're the Healing Trio here to help you redesign your relationships with food, fitness, and yourself.
I'm Elizabeth, registered dietitian and certified intuitive eating counselor.
I'm Maria, licensed mental health therapist.
And I'm Tara, personal trainer.
Together, we're changing the narrative on health away from diet culture, hustle culture, and toxic positivity and towards healthful self-care.
So grab your water bottle, get ready to laugh, learn, and grow, and let's start rebranding your wellness journey.
So ladies, I went to my yearly physical 2 days ago, and he told me I need to go to a dermatologist that do all the whole check.
Full body check.
Yeah, now that I'm getting to 50, I have to get the shingles vaccine and all that. But anyway.
Oh, get that, dude. You don't want shingles.
As the old lady in the group, I've had all these
Okay,
things.
yes, you are the old lady of the group.
I do get a dermatology check twice a year, though.
Oh, really? That I don't. Those are so awkward. The
Dude,
checks.
the last time I went, they had me like lift my boob up so they could look underneath
Okay,
it. I
let's
was
focus.
like, what?
So I went to my yearly physical, no boobs involved, but he said the typical answer. So you're exercising, blah, blah, blah. Then he's talking to me about weight training. But he said something that is the whole point here is make sure that you train really well on your arms, because when you're 75, 80 or older and you fall, usually your arms are the first thing that you're going to put down. So we want to make sure that they get strong, right? And I'm like, that's a way of putting it. I'm like, yes, I should prepare myself for these falls, whatever. I'm in the car driving back home and I'm thinking, okay, what am I doing actually to support my 80-year-old self? Because we hear a lot about, hey, connect with your inner child and how to go back and heal your little girl inside of you. But for the first time, I thought, if my 80-year-old self were sitting next to me, what would she wish I would have done differently? And I was like, wow.
I can tell you that right at this moment, I wish that my 15-year-old self would have stayed the heck out of the sun.
Okay, too late for that. This is exactly the point. This is starting now. What can I keep doing, stop doing, or start doing to support the 80-year-old Maria? And it was really nice thinking, me driving back home. I'm like, yes, sweetie pie. And I even picture myself how I think I would look at 80. And I'm like, very pretty, by the way, very cute.
I'm dying to know what made it to your list. What
Well,
are 3 things that you think you should start doing right now to take care of your 80-year-old self?
Okay, so one thing that came to mind was I have this fear, according to me, that I don't want to be lonely when I'm 80, right? Your kids have their families, probably your parents and maybe even your siblings have passed away. I don't know, like it could be a lonely time, right? So I'm like, where am I going to be at 80? Is my husband still going to be with me? So I thought one thing is, what are the relationships that I'm building right now that could be company when I'm 80, right? Like you will probably go to your friends. Am I have good enough friends?
We're going to be sitting here still recording the podcast.
I hope so. So one thing is, from my perspective, is how can I start supporting myself emotionally? Because yeah, physically, and Tara will talk about that. Yes, I can start the weight training or keep the weight training or the dancing. I thought, thank God I'm doing my dancing once a week and teaching that class, because I can imagine my 80-year-old in a dance class and I'm like, okay, sweetie, I'm doing this for you. I'm starting this dancing once a week. We're going to move our bodies, really enjoying it, loud music, keep enjoying music that makes me feel so alive. And I'm like, I'm doing that for you so we can keep dancing at 80. Then the friendships. What friendships am I building right now for you so you can be in whatever senior center or wherever I am, maybe at home, and have these friends that I can go out and have a coffee and talk about the challenges of being 80. So I want to keep and build more friendships for that. The other one was emotional flexibility. How am I right now training myself to sit in uncomfortable situations and learning how to deal with my emotions? So when I'm 80 and I deal with the challenges that come with that age, I have already that emotional training, emotional fitness, and emotional practice to keep supporting myself through whatever changes. We had an episode, for example, go back and listen to our episode on wounds and scars and holes. I'm going to have new ones from now that I'm 49 until I'm 80. There will be a whole new set of wounds. So how am I supporting myself now of learning how to deal with challenges and overcome them that is going to be helpful when I'm 80, right? And helping me go through whatever.
So this is something that I think about a lot.
What, about getting 80 and how to support yourself?
Yeah.
Nice.
actually do
I
too.
never thought about it. Okay.
I do think about it a lot because I have a certain vision in my head for the kind of life I want to live when I'm 80. And I think I have a pretty clear idea of what I should be doing now to
Okay,
have the
tell
best
me.
chance
What's
at that.
your 80-year-old
What?
self doing?
My 80-year-old self is rolling around on the ground with my kids or grandkids. Maybe not rolling around, but I'm
was
like
gonna say, sweetie
on
pie.
the floor playing with my grandkids or my great-grandkids. I am hiking. I never want to stop hiking on the trails. Maybe someday I'll be less afraid of bears. That'd be really awesome.
In case you didn't know, listeners, Elizabeth has an irrational, we don't know where it came from, fear of bears.
Really all animals.
Like they're
but
going to come out of somewhere.
large mammals.
I think it's a rational fear. Bears are scary.
But it's not like she was exposed to a bear or live surrounded
Well,
with
and let's
bears.
face
Like
it,
the
like what are the
probabilities.
odds of encountering a bear?
Yeah,
Most
that's what I'm
people say
saying.
pretty slim, but nonetheless, I've encountered many.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
At
just
Deep
last
Creek.
summer. Well, and in Deep Creek, but just last summer, did you not see my picture of I'm riding my bike, minding my own business, and there's a giant black bear like as close to me as Tara?
Oh, terrifying.
Yeah. Anyway,
point.
okay, we digress. So I definitely want to be hiking. I think it'd be really cool if I was one of those older people that I see out on the ski slopes. I want to be like that. Maybe I'll only be on the green run. That's okay, but I want to be out there. And I want to be active and social and have a robust network as I do right now. So that's my vision.
I like that vision.
Yeah, I
I
weirdly
like it.
do think
I
about it
can
a lot. I
picture.
think because I look at older people in my life and I'm able to say, I don't necessarily want to be like that part of that, whatever that I see.
Yeah.
I'm
I
trying
think
to
when
be
I think of
dramatic.
my like 80-year-old self, I'm also totally able to get on the floor and play with my grandkids. I'm able to go dancing if I want to. I'm able to still go to the gym and do a little workout.
You
know.
could still be training people.
Oh, I sincerely hope not. But
Really?
yeah, I like my job, but I don't want to work when I'm 80.
But if you wanted
I've
to.
worked my whole life.
I think my mom has set an amazing example of this. My mom is 83,
Your mom is awesome.
has lived alone for the last 20 years after my dad died. And she is independent and self-reliant. Like, I'm happy to help her, but she's not like sitting around waiting for her kids to fill or create her life for her. In fact, sometimes it's the opposite. I'm like, Mom, are you ever going to be home and maybe I can say hi?
Because my mom is the same way, and I feel
Mine
your
is
mom and
too.
my mom are similar. Like she created a life that has lasted all of it
Yeah.
in her senior years.
Yeah.
She has her own life, group of friends. She has a purpose. Like she has a job. She goes volunteer at
Yeah,
different
so does my
places.
mom.
Like no, I'm talking about your mom.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your
No,
mom.
I'm talking specifically about your
Okay.
mom.
Yeah, my mom does still work and she doesn't have to, but it gives her purpose and
Yeah.
it's something for her to do and people for her to see. And she only does it a couple days a week. So she's been a great role model in that way. And I do have a clear vision and it's not going to be a surprise to anyone. I try to have good nutrition, so that's likely to support my body.
What? You do that?
I'm pretty physically active so that I'm a firm believer that use it or lose it. And I don't want to stop doing anything so that hopefully I won't have to stop doing it.
When you describe your vision of you being 80, everything that you want to be doing, you are doing right now.
I am,
That's
yeah.
yes.
But I think things that maybe we don't think about aren't as obvious. Last night I played Mahjong with two of my closest friends. That's the first time they've ever come over to play a game.
All I'm saying is that don't come here talking about close friends that you invite over when these people you haven't invited over. That's all.
Thinking about launching a podcast or taking yours to the next level? Juliana Barbati and her team are the experts you need. They take care of everything from episode funnel design to production and marketing, so you can focus on creating content that connects. Check out julianabarbati.com and mention that we sent you.
So learning something new, like I really have goals. I want to also learn how to play the piano and I want to learn another language.
What language?
I'm a little torn between Spanish and Italian. I studied Spanish for many years in middle school. I don't really speak it, but I'm familiar with it. Italian, I have a secret dream, like could I go live in a villa and
Oh, I have that dream
Tuscany
too.
somewhere
Yes.
someday, so I should learn Italian just in case.
And FYI, once you learn Spanish or Italian, then learning the other one is going to be
Yes.
way easier.
Yes.
We can
I'm sure
understand
that's
each other other, actually, if we try hard.
Okay, Maria
Yes.
says that, but I fully speak Spanish and I struggled in Italy because I would understand what they were telling me and everything I would go to respond came out in Spanish.
So I think keeping your brain active, constantly challenging yourself to learn new things, that's what I do as well. And then also the social thing. Like I think having hobbies that I enjoy that I can continue to do, like reading or gardening, and then having good friends that want to spend time with me.
Tara, if you sit next to your 80-year-old, what will she say? Like, oh,
What's she
thank
doing?
goodness you did this. You started early.
Yeah, so I am actually really good about sun protection. So that's something that I wasn't always good.
I was going to say I am now, but I feel like
That counts, remember?
so much damage has already been done there.
I know, but it's good.
I
You're
probably
doing it
started
now.
wearing sunscreen like religiously in my late 20s. I
same.
did have some years of not great sun health care, but she would be very glad that I'm good at sun care. She would also be very glad that I drink a lot of water and that I lift weights pretty regularly. Do I do enough cardio?
Do you want to come hiking with me?
I would love to hike with you.
We're going to get Maria.
I'm
That's
really
my
scared
mission.
of bees though. Like your bears on
Bees. There's no bees hiking.
Yeah, but their nests are out there in the wilderness. What if we come across big bee's nest?
It's going to be so high up, it's not going to bother you.
But what if it
You're
falls
more
down?
likely to run into a bear or a mountain lion.
Ooh, oh my gosh. I would definitely be like, psst, psst, psst.
Okay, maybe you're uninvited from hiking with me in that case.
Okay, I don't want to see a bear, but a mountain lion, I would definitely.
So here's
That's
the
even
one
worse.
who doesn't hike and doesn't care about bees or bears or none of that.
Yeah.
So maybe I go with you just to protect you from beers and bears.
Beers and bears.
Beers.
Elizabeth and I don't drink beer. We need no
I'll protect you
protection.
from that too.
If I drank enough beer, maybe I
Bees,
wouldn't care about the bears.
Bears,
Or the bees.
Beers. Beers.
All right, well, so keep going. What else is your 80-year-old self happy you're doing now, Tara?
Oh, what are you doing for
So
your
I'm really
80-year-old?
good at learning new stuff. I feel like I'm always doing something. Starting my own business has been like a hell of a learning experience.
Same. I agree.
Yeah.
And last week I started taking belly dancing classes.
What?
Ooh la la.
Oh, I saw that. Okay.
Without Maria.
I know, it's so cheater.
Nobody invited us.
I know. She went
Chrissy
with,
Ray put it on her Facebook. We
she
were all
went
invited.
with new friends.
Should we say her name on the podcast?
Yes.
She wouldn't care.
Okay.
Hey, Chrissy, if you're listening to this
amazing
podcast,
website developer and SEO.
I feel like I do a good job of keeping my brain like clear and active. I'm always trying to learn something new, and I read a lot.
Is there something you don't do that you think your 80-year-old self is going to wish you had?
Yeah, I think I eat too much sugar.
me too.
I love it, but I think I'm eating too much of it.
Me too.
Okay.
I think that's something my 80-year-old self will go, you should have known. You did know. Why didn't you change that?
What about you, Maria?
What?
Is there something your 80-year-old self is going to wish you hadn't been doing? the
That I
next
have
3
not
decades?
been doing. The sun protection, I need to be better at that. I don't know if not been doing, but something that I will keep doing and hopefully gets even better is, for example, my inner voice. At 80, you don't get a new voice. You live with the one you've practiced for decades. That's work that I'm doing now that I want to get to 80. And if I don't care about other people think right now, imagine how much I'm going to care when I'm 80.
Isn't that awesome?
So,
Please still be my friend at 80 so I can
yes.
witness that glory.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be even better. Keeping myself more active. I would do that for her. I think my 80-year-old deserves that I keep myself more physically active and all that, building that strength physically for her. So that way, when I'm 80, I can keep dancing and I can do all these things that I want to do until the day I die. So I'm doing that for her. So actually, let's change this for a minute. What are our promises for 80-year-olds? Like, dear 80-year-old, today I'm going to make the promise of doing this, isn't that for you? Because I love you. I'm looking forward to meeting you. So what are our promises?
Okay, so I think I need to make more friends.
Okay, so dear 80-year-old, I'm going to make more friends for you.
I'm liked and I have a lot of acquaintances, but like true, like deep friends that I could share a lot of things with, I don't have that many people.
Okay, so
That's a good one.
so that's something that you are going to build for her.
And also, I'm going to do more cardio.
Okay, more cardio and more friends.
Yep, those are my
Okay.
2 things.
Okay, Elizabeth?
You go, I'm thinking.
For me, keeping my friends, more movement, and actually better mood regulation. I still get angry so frequently, and I don't want that for her because I want her to enjoy as much as she can. So that's what I'm doing for her. Better mood regulation, activity, and I'm going to keep dancing thing. Every time I hear any kind of music, my butt is going to start moving on its own automatically, even if I'm at the grocery store.
Yes.
I'm going to
fully
bring
support
that for
this.
her.
So I think mine are, I want to continue to do the things that I said a few minutes ago that I feel like I'm currently doing for my 80-year-old self. And I want more quiet. I constantly talk about meditation. Like, I think that's something really powerful and helpful I could do for my sense of well-being and my brain as I age that I'm not doing right now. So that's definitely one of them. And then I don't know, this is maybe weird, but the other thing that came to my mind is I'm going to start calling the people that I love more often and more regularly right now.
Oh, I love that.
Because my kids and I text all the time. I don't necessarily talk to them every day or even sometimes a week or two. We just have communicated by text. Same with my mom or my sister or my brother. Like, I want to have more actual conversations so that when I'm 80, I'm not looking back thinking, I wish I would have done that more.
I love that.
I do too.
Ladies, this episode is an invitation that maybe you've spent already time trying to heal who you were. This is an invitation to spend time caring for who you will become.
And can I add something, which is notice how none of the things that any of us said had anything to do with what we look like.
None of
and
it.
yet, so how much time and energy, I guess it's an invitation to consider, like, how much of your current focus and energy or mental brain space is actually thinking about how you look or how you want to look versus these kinds of things. This is actually maybe a even more powerful, lasting motivation to do the things to take care of yourself. I felt like we couldn't do this episode without pointing that out.
Yes, I like that. Thank you.
The way you started this, Maria, got me thinking about this. Is your doctor said make sure you do lots of arm strength because
Were you also thinking about hips?
yeah.
Okay, same.
But your arms can get you before you get to your hips. So like
you're
your
so much more likely to break a hip when you're 80, and it's really quite
Correct.
dangerous.
But stopping with your arms can prevent the hips from, maybe
Well,
you hurt the
I
arms.
hear you, but-
okay.
Let me say what I'm saying.
Sorry. Go for it.
Yes, I do think that if you fall, it would be better to stop with your arms rather than your face. Like, for sure.
Or your butt.
Or that too. But longevity is really closely correlated with leg strength and grip strength. So I do think it's important to have strong arms. You want to be able to pick up your suitcase and put it in the overhead bin. You want to be able to use your arms when you're dancing or when you're hiking or when you're picking up your grandchild. I literally had a consult with someone this week who's like, I am scared to carry my grandchild across the room because I'm worried that my arms will give out.
Yeah.
So you want strong arms so you can do all those things. But if you train your legs and you really focus on lower body
I
strength
hate when she makes me do this.
and core strength. Yeah, Elizabeth did complain about it in her session this morning, which is unusual for her. But when you train your legs, you're going to have better balance. So you will probably fall less. You're going to build bone density in your legs and particularly in your hips. So the likelihood of you having a hip fracture, which by the way, more women die every year of complications due to hip fractures than all the female cancers combined.
Wow.
And the absolute irony of that is if we had a walk for hip fractures, it would probably prevent a lot of the problems like we do for cancer. But I just think it's like super, super important to be lifting weights, particularly in your lower body for that reason, so that we have better balance, we have better core strength, we're not falling as much. It's easy to get up off a couch. It's easy to get up off the floor. You're not worried about being frail or fragile.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of people in their 80s start feeling frail and fragile, and they have to be careful with themselves because they might break a hip or they might fall.
And
I just
would
don't
add
want to
to that,
feel like that.
Nutrition does go along with that. I don't know if people realize that your nutrient needs change as you age. For example, as you get 50, 60 on, you need more protein. There are specific vitamins that you need more of as you age. Your body doesn't absorb nutrients as efficiently from food, and then you need them for certain to support your body. So yeah, it all goes together.
Love that. Yes and yes.
And if you want to work on your nutrition or fitness, Tara and I are both available, by the way. And if you want to work on your emotional fitness, you got to find out about the Emotional Fitness Studio here in Annapolis.
Thank you everyone for listening. Dear 80-year-old, I'm coming. You're ready on your way. And I'm going to do everything I can to take care of you, sweetie pie. I love you. And please count on me to do everything I can to make the best life for me now and for you then.
Thank you for listening. If you want to connect with me outside of this podcast, you can find me on Instagram at coaching_therapist.
I'm Elizabeth. You can find me at Elizabeth Harris Nutrition or in my Facebook group, Health and Healing with Intuitive Eating.
And I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Tara DeLeon Fitness. Guys, if you loved this episode or any of our other episodes, we would love it if you would leave us a review on Apple Podcast. It really, really helps us get the non-diet word out to the rest of the world. So please leave us a review.
Yes, thank you.